So I think it'll be right for us to start this video off by saying that the icon system is fairly new to us, but it's also been pretty accepted around the community. I think people like modeling their players after somebody that is in the league, and also you can emulate that playstyle all the way through. I mean, let me know in the comment section if you disagree. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about the new icons potentially coming to NBA Live 19. And we're going to be taking a look at several pictures that a lot of the devs tweeted out around demo time of NBA Live 19. Now, the reason I say potential is because there's been no guarantee that we'll actually get more icons in NBA Live 19, but obviously you guys have noticed that there are some icons that have 3 options that you can actually level up. There are some that only have 2. So that brings me to only believe that we're going to get more in the future and we'll be able to make something happen as far as maybe All-Star Break update, maybe the January update, who knows. But as far as this video, we're going to be talking about what icons we should get at each position and also what their abilities should be. We're going to go from the guard position all the way to the big and just break down each position, and I also want your feedback in the comment section. That way we can put our heads together and figure out what direction we want to go as a community when it comes to the icons that we may potentially get in the future with these builds. Now, I'll go ahead and be honest with you guys that I'm probably going to be just spitballing a lot of the icons, but the skill is something that I focused on more than anything else when it comes to this description, because I felt like NBA Live did a really good job when it came to relating the playstyle to the player that we're trying to emulate in the league when it comes to your icon progression. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this picture up right now. As you see, these are the guards that we have available for the next upcoming icons. And just taking a look at it, I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinions off the bat. So with backcourt shooter, backcourt defender, and floor general in this order, I'm thinking the shooter's going to get layup or steal, the defender's going to get shot off the dribble or 3-point shot, and the floor general will probably get on-ball defense. Now, of course, off the top of my head, I don't know what the effect of those builds would be as far as what their effect at their position would be, because that's a lot to think about. You have to think of 3 things when you're giving somebody a new icon. You have to think about what the effect will be to the build that you're actually applying it to, what the icon skill is, and also how it affects the total balance of the game. And I think that's interesting when it comes to thinking of these icons because, for instance, when it comes to the backcourt shooter, I'm thinking layup or steal, because if you give it on-ball defense, it may be too powerful, and then the icon effect may have something to do with defense, nullifying maybe a backcourt defender per se. But then I'm thinking with the backcourt defender, you give a shot off the dribble or 3-point shot as an option, because it doesn't have really a strong 3-point option. I mean, you get the open 3 trait, but it's one of those things that if it does have an effect where scoring actually benefits it on the defensive end, I think that'll be something huge for that build in itself. Now, when it comes to the floor general, I just felt like on-ball defense was an icon skill that just made sense going forward with that position. But getting into the wings now, my favorite build out of the entire game at all positions, you see that we got 3 slots available with the scorer, defender, and playmaker. And for the defender, I got dribbling. The scorer, I got on-ball D or post moves. And playmaker, I got blocks. Now, my first choice with the wing scorer was post move simply because of the Kobe Bryant effect, how a lot of wing scorers like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had elite post moves that they can shoot from mid-range or to even deep mid-range with the post move effect. So I figured that would be the perfect icon ability to fit with the wing scorer, because it obviously doesn't play strong defense, but the person that is using that build typically needs to be competent on the defensive end as far as knowing their skill set or their stick skill. Now, when it comes to the defender, I decided to give it dribbling simply because it will be more of a slashing type of build that it can get to the basket, simply because in NBA Live 19, if you don't have dribbling, a lot of times your movement is pretty slippery and it can be out of control sometimes, especially with the animations of a low ball handler rating. But with the dribbling icon skill will make the defender more of an efficient player, but also not too overpowered because it doesn't have the 3-point trait. I don't even think it gets open 3. I think it gets corner 3, but it would be a good build and more fun build to play with, honestly. And with the wing playmaker, blocks seem to fit because of players like LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo. I know it's not a defender technically, but blocks is something that I feel like it could be key with this build. Now getting into the bigs, the first I got for the stretch big is passing, and then for the rim protector I got on-ball defense or layup. Now the reason I went with passing was the first thing I thought of was Marc Gasol and how there are some elite passing bigs in the league that can pass out of the post and make plays for others, almost like a big point guard, but don't have to handle the rock up the floor. Now I just think it's a better move for them to have that type of skill set just because they can be elite at dishing out to corner shooters or even guys at the top of the key standing wide open whenever they get an opportunity to get double teamed down in the post. Now when it comes to the rim protector, I didn't want to give it a icon ability that would be too overpowered or make it more movable than it already is, because it is probably the most athletic big that you actually get out of all three of them. But when it comes to the rim protector, on-ball defense or layup makes it seem as if it stays in its same category. It gives it maybe a little bit of a finishing ability, but also on-ball defense. I've seen some bigs being able to go out and check wings and also keep up with them by any means necessary. But this is the part of the video I asked for your feedback, and tell me what you think of my opinions and what I think as far as the future updates or the future icons that we may get in NBA Live 19. I want to know from you guys some serious feedback. That way, if the devs do see this and they get some ideas, hey, it'll be a good look. But besides that, my people, make sure to subscribe. Check the description for the playlist down below. And hey, my people, we in the house.
Perfect.